it's Katherine here from Chaos Creates. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. I am joining in on the Let's Get Organised YouTube hop to share with you what we do with the storage of stamps, dies, and embossing folders. So I thought I'd show you a little bit of what I have. Now these are stored in a Kallax unit right next to me at my desk. So I have my desk here, and then my Kallax unit to the side there, and the desk is actually attached to the side, if you can see this here. So I have them stored in my Kallax unit. So I just thought I'd go through a little bit about what I have here. So I have this, I use a Sizzix like for my die cutting. I don't do a lot of die cutting now. This was the first one of the first scrapbooking tools I ever got. And so it is the fold away Sizzix unit. So it just sort of folds out like this, but it's really good because you're able to store it very easily. So it just flips up like that. So yeah, I use this Sizzix. Now I have replaced some of these, the mats that you use. So I have them stored in this case. Now this case, I think it was just from Daiso, maybe, the cheap sort of Japanese stores. Well, they are here in Australia, I'm not sure. I assume they're in other places around the world, but I just store those in there and they sit within my Kallax unit. And then to go with it, I have this storage case for all my die sets. So I have these folders, and this comes like this. Now, I'm not sure of the brand name. And to be honest, I think I got it from Natalie May, scrapbooking here in Australia, but I actually can't see it anywhere on her website now. So if I find it, I will link it below. I will also have linked below all the people that are playing on in this Let's Get Organised hop. Now I hope to go ahead and watch everyone so that I can get some better ideas, especially for my stamp storage, which I'll show you in a moment. But yes, I have all of my sort of dies all organised, some words and, shapes. So this is mainly, circles and then stars. I have this one. This is a design from Confessions of a Paper Addict, but Riley Designs have used it, and so I've used this on a card. It's very cute. But yeah, I just have all sorts of, dies in here. Yeah, just a whole mix. I don't use them a whole heap. This one was a sort of a stamp and embossing set. I have some at the back here, which I probably need to put that away. But then I have, some of these embossing folders. Again, I haven't used them a lot, but I use them every now and again. The embossing folders come in handy for some of the 3D projects I work on, just to give them a bit of texture. So this is really handy. I really like this because I can kind of flip through. I can see what I need. It's pretty easy to store. It just sort of sits in the Kallax unit like a book. Yeah, so I really, really like that one. Again, if I find the actual details of it, I'll link it below. But that's sort of it. I don't have a lot of dies, so that's sort of it for my die cutting there. And then the only other ones I have are these sort of big, what are they? The bigs. So yeah, some leaves, some bits and pieces. But yeah, I just sort of sit them next to there. I will go ahead and just move them off my desk so I can show you what I have in terms of stamps. Again, I don't have a lot of stamps, and some of the stamps, some things like I have some Vicky Bouton stamps, which I actually store with the Vicky Bouton collections. But again, I don't have a lot of stamps, so I have this cheap set of alphabets. Oh no, I put them in the wrong way. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go and sort them out later and put them off to the side. But yeah, I have just a selection, and I haven't really stored these in a very good way. I've got these, I think these were an Amy Tangerine sort of monthly stamp. Again, I've got bits and pieces. I've got some just in these plastic sleeves. Some of them I've got in their original kind of case. I don't use them a lot, so I don't know whether I need to do anything. But when I look at this, I'm like, oh, this could be a little bit better. But I have got them stored in this, these are from IKEA, and if I can flip them over, I'll just see the name. So, a second. And I label them, so they're stamps, obviously. But there is the IKEA kind of tag number if you're looking for these. I've got these all around my craft room. I love using them. But yeah, I can't wait to watch other people in terms of their stamp organisation, because I do see a lot of people with some, you know, beautiful sort of folders, and maybe I need to get the same size folders. And then from here, I've just got, yeah, I've got a few stamps in here. I will put them back in there. I've got some stamping blocks and some embossing powders. And then these are just a selection of stamp pads that I would use. This is probably the main one I use. The stays on have gone off a little bit. I don't use that very much. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the other, sorry, I do have another stamp pad, the Ranger. I do use this probably the most in terms of stamping out dates and things like that, but that just sits in another little unit on off to the side. I have this sort of stamping mat. Is it great? No, not really, but I've used it every now and again. Yeah, but I guess that's about all. Again, using these white containers from IKEA. But yeah, I guess that's about it. I'd love to hear your feedback in terms of how you store your stamps, dies, and embossing folders. That is about it for my video. So I hope you've got some inspiration in terms of storage. Probably this case is the best best way for me to store this. But yeah, I'd love some ideas on some stamp storage ideas. So thanks everyone. Bye.